everyone, and welcome back to the Three Stitches podcast. This is going to be a short podcast. I thought I'd fit one in real quick while I have time. I was going to put off podcasting until tomorrow because I'm swamped with work. But we just went shopping for our floor event, more like a building-wide event that's going to be on Saturday. So I figured I'd squeeze one in real quick before I resume homework. So this will just be a short one. And I apologize for that. It's getting towards the end of the semester, so it's the grind of I have to get all these assignments done, and I didn't get as much accomplished over the weekend as I wanted to. It's my own fault. I got sidetracked, and no, I'll explain that later. It's completely and utterly my own fault, and now you guys are suffering because I can't put as much effort into making this a full episode as I should. It's probably going to end up being a full episode just because I'll talk that long, even though I say that it's not going to be. But today is Monday, April 15th. I was going to say 13th. I don't know why. It is April 15th, and it is an absolutely gorgeous day outside. It is currently 71 degrees, midway through April in Buffalo. It is gorgeous. I have a skirt on. I haven't worn a skirt in probably about 6 months. It is gorgeous. So I'm very, very excited. It was a good day to get out and go shopping. Even if it was only for food. But hey, it wasn't our money. It came from the Residence Life Fund because it was for a floor event. So we had to spend money. It wasn't ours. But it was nice because this is the first real warm day we've had. So everyone was out. Everyone didn't have all their warm clothes on and their cold weather clothes on. They weren't wearing big heavy parkas. They were out enjoying themselves, going for walks, going for runs. But yeah. On that note, I have completed week 1 of my 5K training. I did well. I did more than I expected. Normally when I get back into running, doing even 1 mile is like pulling teeth. But I was able to do on the first day of actual running, which was on, what day was it? It was on Thursday. I ran a little bit more than a mile, and then when I ran on Saturday, I ran a full 1.5 miles. So yeah, it's going well. Hopefully I think I have enough time to really build up to 3 miles and even beyond. I think I'm gonna push myself a little beyond 3 miles because El Paso is higher altitude, so the air is a little bit thinner. It's always harder to run at home for me because how thin the air is, but it's also quite hot, so it's quite a bit hotter than running in an air-conditioned gym on a treadmill. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a little bit further than 3 miles. What else has happened in the past week? Nothing much really. It's been sort of calm and quiet here. That's probably all going to change now that the weather is warmer. People are going to get excited about that. No, I apologize for the experience noise, but it's so nice outside. I have my windows open. I thought, why not? I have my windows open. I was going to have them open last night, but for some reason I was freezing last night. I don't know what it was, but I couldn't fall asleep until about 2 a.m. I had my covers over. I had my covers on. I was wrapped up in a blanket. I had the heat on in my room. I was freezing. And yet it's 71 degrees out today. I don't know what happened. This is Buffalo weather. This is flip-flopped real quickly. Overnight. Literally. Overnight. It's much better it's a much better change than that dreary rain we had a couple days ago. End of last week into the weekend, it just rained. And when I mean rain, it poured. They were talking about the possibility of creeks overflowing, of rivers flooding. Thankfully, we didn't get that much rain, but we were about this close. So this is a nice contrast. And so basically, that's all that's happened this week is weather-related stuff. It's warm today. It was raining at the end of last week. Yeah, it's great. That's my life now. I get to talk about weather. Yay! I get to be cooped up in my room doing work, which wasn't a bad thing when it was raining. But now I got to go outside. It's so nice. Okay, enough talking about that. This is supposed to be a short podcast. I've talked about 4 minutes almost 5 minets about the rain. Oh, yay. I do have one finished object, but you're not gonna be able to see it because, silly me, I'm wearing it. So yeah, it is this hat. This was the Molly beret, and I did end up inadvertently making another uh, modification to it. For some reason, how the repeats worked out, there's only 4 repeats in my hat when there's supposed to be 5. I don't know. So evidently the hat's a little bit smaller than it's supposed to be. It still works. I still like it. But it's evidently a little bit smaller than it's supposed to be. Oops. Oh well. So inadvertent design modification there. I'm sorry. I am absolutely parched. We the shopping for the floor event or the building wide event included getting 2 cases of water. So Katie and I lugged 2 cases of water into the building and then up the stairs and then put them away. Oh, that was. And then we had to go back for the return trip to get the rest of the groceries. So yeah. And then we're going back on Friday to get more stuff. Yay! Um, but we're doing a girls' night. So it's open to the entire dorm if you're a girl. And we can get away with that because there's 12 floors and 3 of them are guys' floors. The rest are girls' floors. So we can get away with calling it a girls or a building-wide event because 75% of this school is female. So we're basically oh no, I didn't want my Granville pattern. I wanted the Molly hat. So we're basically just going to. It started off as sort of like a delve into your childhood event, back into your childhood. So we would like serve foods that you ate when you were a kid, and we were making Play-Doh. So we got macaroni and cheese and hot dogs. And what else are we getting? We got those Kool-Aids, the little Kool-Aid bottles with the plastic twist tops. I always loved those as a kid. And then we're making Play-Doh. And what else are we doing? But then it sort of morphed into a girls' night. So to make it educational, we're having discussions on girls' topics. So body image issues. Talk about makeup. Talk about clothing. What else are we talking about? We're talking about we have a whole list of topics that we're going to cover, and it's come, get some food, stay if you want, leave. It's not come at 8:30 and stay until we don't even have a set end time. It's just whenever people start leaving, which it might be right as we started, but we never know. But the general consensus of the dorms has been, yeah, we're excited for this. Okay, back to my Molly hat. This is a free pattern on Ravelry. And so that's what it. Oh, you can't even see the cables on the one on the left, or this one right here, or no, it's mirror imaged on my. Yeah. So you can't really see the cable. Oh boy, I'm just a mess today. Oh no, going the wrong way. Okay, you can see the cables better on the left one, but I guess not on the right one. But you're gonna get a good idea of what it's supposed to look like. And yeah, so I'll show it to you next week when I'm not wearing it. Yeah, great planning on me. My only finished object, I'm wearing it the day I podcast. Awesome. I would take it off and show you right now, but it's bobby pinned into my hair, so yeah. Because after I take it out, I'm gonna have an afro, so I don't think you really want to see that. Okay, well, I started my Granville, my second Granville. So I decided to start with the back this time. I was like, let's start with the biggest piece. Maybe it'll go a little bit faster. And so far it's working. I started on Friday. Oh, that's what other big piece of news, which is not really a big piece of news. It would have been a big piece of news if everything worked out. But it's not in my control. So we're planning this girls' night down the staff office, and Katie all of a sudden is like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I'm like, what's the matter, Katie? She was like, Tyler, her boyfriend, told me that the radio station around here, Star 102.5, is giving away Hanson tickets. I'm like, Hanson is coming to Buffalo? How did I not know this? I've looked on their concert schedule many, many times, and there is nothing around here, even remotely around here, coming up soon. How did I not know this? And so she's like, they're giving away Hanson tickets every day for the rest of the week. And so if you call in and I call in, we're bound to win. I'm like, yeah, sure. So um, get up at, we were planning on, the meeting was on Tuesday, so we got up bright and early at 7 o'clock on Wednesday morning, called it, called in, didn't get it. We're like, okay, that's our first time uh, trying. I didn't even get through. Um, all I got were busy tones, and so did she. We're like, yeah, first time. It doesn't matter. So we listen all. We're stalking the radio all through the day because after the first one, I find out it's not an advertised um, concert event. It's an exclusive Star 102.5, which is the radio station. Uh, like they call it a listener lounge. So basically, like it was like less than 100 people were going, and you could only get tickets by winning them. So now Kate and I were like, we really, 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 really have to win these because it's basically like a personal concert with Hanson. How can we miss this? And so long story short, they gave away three sets of tickets every day, and we do not have any because we did not win. And okay, so both Katie and I are in agreement here that we're in agreement that if they went to really tried and true fans, and you can tell that from over the phone, we'd be fine with it because we understand we're not the only Hanson fans in the city of Buffalo. There are other fans too, and we also would have been happy that because it's such an exclusive concert that it's not just like call and you win, but call in, answer a trivia question, or do something to have to win these tickets. Not just call in, be caller 11, woohoo, you have the tickets. No, it was just call in, be caller 11 with the tickets, and half the people were listening, and half the people are like, yeah, I'm pretty sure my goddaughter is a Hanson fan, but I'm not really sure. But I'm gonna give her the tickets, and I hope she's a Hanson fan. No, Katie and I are diehard Hanson fans. We really want to go. Why do why do you have all the luck? So that was one thing that angered us a little bit. The other is Wednesday morning. They can't tell time. They can't keep track of their time. This is why. So we call it Wednesday morning, the first one. So we missed the 7 o'clock one. Like we call in, but we didn't get them. So we're like, okay, first time, it's not gonna happen. Uh, and so then the DJ's like, well, coming up in a couple hours, we'll give it away. So we're like, okay, keep listening. About around 9 o'clock, Katie goes to class, and she's like, I'm taking my iPod with me to listen to the radio during class. This is the only time I'm doing it. But in case I miss it, text me when they're announcing that they're going to give away the tickets. I'm like, yeah, sure, it's fine. And so around 9 o'clock, around 9:30, they they're like, in a few minutes, we're going to give away Hanson tickets. I'm like, okay. So I text Katie to a few minutes to me is, after this song, maybe after the commercial break. Nope. So I text her. I'm like, they said in a few minutes, be ready. 10 o'clock rolls around. We wait song after song after song, and she's texting me. I since emptied my inbox, but it's hilarious. Our conversation is like, oh, get ready it's gotta be after the song. Oh, get ready, it's gotta be after this commercial break. And after a while, it's just been like, why isn't he doing, why hasn't he even given away the tickets? It's 9:30, it's 9:45, it's 10 o'clock, and 10 o'clock rolls around, and he's like, coming up in a few minutes, we're gonna give away Hanson tickets. Did we miss it? What? Okay, you said that an hour ago. We're like, okay, well, maybe he just can't. Maybe he just lost track of time. No. 11 o'clock rolls around. 1:30, he gave away tickets. 1:30. After he said a few minutes at 9 o'clock, Katie and I are just like, so angry. But so on Friday, I was like, we're stalking the radio again. We're like, this is the last pack of tickets. We need them. I'm like, Katie, I've started your Granville. Maybe it'll be our good luck charm. That's not good luck charm. So needless to say, we're not going to the exclusive concert on Wednesday. It's a bummer. It really is. But So I texted Katie. I'm like, as much as this is a bummer, I don't. Something tells me Hanson's not gonna stop making music anytime soon. So we'll get our chance. We'll get our day. Either that, or we'll just stalk the place on Wednesday and be like, please give me tickets. Do you have a spare, please? Because they're giving away 4 packs. There's got to be a spare ticket somewhere. Somewhere. Just stalk the place. Be like, give us your extra ticket, please. No. Oh well. There'll be other times. Okay, so back to the Granville. Complete and utter huge tangent there. Showed you how much of a true Hanson fan or Hanson I am, and really kind of a creepy Hanson fan at that. I'm thinking back, going, wow, yeah, that wasn't creepy. I don't know what was. Okay, I swear to you, it's normal fandom. It really is. Okay. So my Granville, I started on Friday, and this is the bind up for the armholes. So yay! Look how far I've gotten since Friday. Yay! This is partly in due because I was doing homework, but most of my homework is watching videos. So for my one class, it's like watch this video on autism, watch this video on schizophrenia, watch this video on behavioral oppositional disorder. So it's just like, oh, video, sure, knitting, I can do that. That's why this is so far along, and I still got homework accomplished. But the other reason, and this is probably why I'm so behind on my homework, is I have gotten hooked on a show in 1 week. 1 week. So, and it, so there's Doctor Who fans, and then there's sort of like a genre of like similar uh, shows to Doctor Who fandom. So there's Doctor Who, and then there's Supernatural, and there's Merlin, but then there's Sherlock, and I've been wanting to check out Sherlock for a while now. And so I saw it was on Netflix, and I was like, okay. Got the episode. I'm hooked. I love it. Completely and utterly adore this show. It's flippin' amazing. I think I'm completely and utterly obsessed with it. And coupled with the fact that Doctor Who is now back on, good grief, it's kind of sad. It really is. So basically, for those of you who have not watched the show, wow, it's been like a clapping sound. And okay. For those of you who have not watched the show, it is a BBC series written by Stephen Moffat, who also writes for Doctor Who. Double love for that, yeah, because Stephen Moffat as a writing makes it extra good. And so basically it's Sir Conan Doyle's stories, but in 24th century. So Sherlock is in 21st century, Dr. Watson is in 21st century, and so Sherlock is I just completely blanked on how I was going to explain this, because most people know what Sherlock is, so, or who Sherlock Holmes is. So it's basically that, but transplanted into 21st century. So he has technology to help him solve the crimes. He's a consulting detective for the police department. The only really major character twist is Dr. Watson is an army vet, returned from Afghanistan, adjusting to civilian life because he was honorably discharged due to an injury. So he's trying to adjust, and this is part of his adjustment. But it's basically, so each season is 3 episodes, which gets a little bit on my nerves, but they're hour and a half, so they're basically 3 films in each season, I guess you would call it. So that's the curse of the Sherlock fandom. There's been a thing going around of the curse of the fandoms, and so my particular one, Doctor Who, is the Doctor Who curse is that one way or another, eventually, your favorite Doctor is going to regenerate. The Sherlock one is you wait forever and a day for a new season, and then it's only 3 episodes. Yeah, so that's Sherlock. So it came out in 2010, and then season 2 came out in the fall of 2012, and now I have to wait till the fall of 2013 for season 3. for only 3 more episodes. And that was also my pet peeve. And it's not really a pet peeve, it's just a little an annoyance, I guess you would call it. So I watched seasons 1 and 2 on Netflix, got through all of it. I paced myself through the first episode. I watched the first episode. I was like, "Oh, I really like this." Put it off, and then I got a big lull in my homework. Stupid me for just thinking it was not getting ahead in my homework and just going, "Oh, I think I'll take a breather." So I took a breather and watched the rest of season 1 and 2 in one day, thinking season 3 had already aired. Because, okay, so major spoiler, I had just by it's connected so much with Doctor Who that you hear spoilers they just float about. So I knew that Sherlock fakes his death and it was part of the original Sherlock stories too that he fakes his death. But at the end of season 2, that's when that episode is. But I thought that you had found out that he faked his death at the beginning of season 3. Therefore, I thought that season 3 had already aired. No, I finished season 2, sat there going, okay, I have to find a site for season 3. Wait, season 3 hasn't aired yet? No! Oh bugger. Yeah. So that was partly reason. That's the other reason why I'm so behind my homework. I feel terrible. I really do. I'm so behind my homework because I sat here and watched TV. I feel terrible. I really do. I could have been doing homework and I was watching TV. I'm never doing that again, ever, as long as I live. Because right now I'm just like, nah, what am I going to do? Okay, so, Granville. Back to my Granville. Well, this is Katie's Granville. I feel like this episode is so disjointed, and I'm so sorry. I'm like going off on tangents. I've barely shown you anything, and we're 22 minutes into the podcast. It's the warm weather. I'm going to blame it on the warm weather. I'm just so excited about the warm weather that I can't think straight. I'll have a different excuse every episode. Sleep deprived, I can't think straight. Too much homework, I can't think straight. Warm weather, I can't think straight. I'm too excited. I guess I'm just a scatterbrained person. Boy, what are you gonna do with me? Alright, more stuff. Okay, so no progress on Even Star. So we'll set that aside. It's just my bag of projects. And my Stockholm scarf. I got a couple repeats done on this. Yet it looks like it has not gone anywhere. This scarf is taking forever, and it's a spaghetti mess. What is going on with this thing? Oh boy. You can tell I just kind of like shoved this in the bag real quick. What is going on? Oh, there we go. Just moved on my needle. Oh boy. Okay. It's still spaghetti. Good grief. There's the end. Oh boy. Okay. I'll fix that later. Okay. So once again, Stockholm scarf. I did work on it, but it has gone nowhere. It feels like it's gone nowhere. So yeah. Same old plain worsted weight blue yarn on size 9 needles, and it's the Stockholm scarf. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. So, and it's simple. It's easily memorized. So, yeah, you can kind of see. Oh, there we go. That's better. Oh yeah, there we go. Much better. You can see that. And it's a mock cabled rib, I guess you would call it. It's ribbed, and it looks like it's cabled, but I have not touched my cable needle. Okay, so put that aside. And finally, last but definitely not least, my hitchhiker, which I have to get done in this couple weeks because, as I said last time, how horrible would it be if the contest's own co-sponsor did not finish her project. I finished one, but that was a simple one day, one morning scarf. So, but I did get work on it. Let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. And I was at 29 last week. So yeah, got a little bit done. So when I get caught up on my work, this will be good TV knitting. again, this is what I usually do in front of the TV. Yep, so there it is. It's getting longer, getting bigger, and it's so pretty. I feel like today would be the perfect day to wear it because it's so bright and sunny and warm outside, and it just matches the colors just perfectly because the colors are so bright and happy and colorful. So, if you're new to watching and you have not heard me mention this yet, this is for our autism awareness knit along / crochet along, because April is Autism Awareness Month, and so you can enter any project that has 3 or more bright colors in it. So, hence my rainbow scarf. It's all bright colors and all rainbow. So primary colors are yellow, lighter blue, red, bright colors that make you smile. Well, I guess maybe black could make you smile. Like, black is slimming, so I guess that black might make you happy, but it's not bright and colorful, so no black, no grays, no dark colors, no dark muted tones, bright, happy tones. That's what we're looking for. And then enter them in either our thread on the Three Stitches Podcast Ravelry group or on the Penhook and Needles podcast group, because they're the ones that's where this contest is originating. So go over there, check them out. They have the rules and the info all nicely. Better wrap this up because I'm starting not to be able to talk again. They have the info all nicely laid out over in their thread, so you can go check that out. And while you're at it, join the group if you haven't watched their podcast. It's a hoot and a half. I love their podcast. What else? I think that's everything. I feel like that was a very abrupt ending. Just like, done. I feel like I've talked about a mile in a minute. Wow. This feels like a really weird podcast, and I apologize. Next week we'll be back to normal. I promise. I promise. And it ended up not being a short podcast. See, I told you guys. I told you I was going to get on a tangent, and off I went. That's okay. It's 5:30 now. I have to go work out. Today's a swim day. I have to go work out, and then I'll have the rest of the night to do homework. So, yeah. Usually I try to save my nights for relaxing, but in times like this, it's why I'm glad I save my nights for relaxing, because when I'm crammed, I usually have a couple extra hours to fit stuff in. Forgo my relaxation at least a couple days out of the week. If I do it every day of the week, then I'll just be a mess, and I won't have any knitting to show you. All right. I am TARDIS Traveler 42 on Ravelry. I don't know. TARDIS Traveler 42 on Ravelry. KJO 36 on Plurk. Friendly both areas. Both sites. Areas. I don't know where my brain is today, guys. Fine. Okay. Well, no. Okay. Maybe you don't want to friend me because clearly I'm too scatterbrained to talk right now. I'll be too scatterbrained to post anything resembling coherent on either site. Check us out on iTunes. Hopefully iTunes will have problems fixed soon. Cross your fingers if they have not already. Again, I haven't had a chance to catch it on the podcast. I'm 3 weeks behind now. This is not okay. Not okay at all. I really need to. And that'll be tomorrow. As soon as I'm done. No, probably Thursday. Because I have a presentation on Wednesday that I have to prepare for. So, that'll be my Thursday treat. Be like, I'm done. So, yeah. Check us out on iTunes. We have a blog. I just totally phased out again on you. I was just like, well, I'm gone. The brain's gone. Oy. I can't wait for summer. This won't happen anymore, hopefully. Or at least when it does happen with me, Lindsay and Mom will be there to pick up the... Ow! Bashed my nail on my desk. Okay. I think that's time to go. Yeah, when I'm home for the summer, when I phase out like this, Lindsay and Mom will be there to pick up the slack. Going, keep talking. What were you saying? Don't phase out. Don't daydream. All right. With that, I will leave you. It's 30 minutes on the dot. And I will say goodbye and see you next week. And happy knitting. Bye!